Hello, this is an Easter card that I made for my daughter. I thought I was finished making Easter cards, but she has informed me that no, she is not too old to get an Easter card for her mother, from her mother. So I have made her and her other sisters a card. So this card is very simple and has not that many materials in it, so let's go through it. I have a card base cut 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have a black mat at 4 by 5 1/4. I have a kraft mat at 5 by 3 3/4. I have a panel of pattern paper at 3 3/4 by 5. A white panel also at 3 3/4 by 5. A green scrap, which is about 1.5 inches by just under 3. And a purple scrap, which is also about 1.5 inches. And this is more than I need. I have some die cuts that I'm using today. This is Dotted Circles by Sizzix. I'm going to be using these two. I have the Hey Chick stamp set I got from Stampin' Up. I was looking forward to using this stamp set, but I didn't get it until after I had done all of my cards. So now I get an opportunity to use it, so that's a good thing. I have the Butterflies Die Cuts stamp set from Hero Arts, and I'm doing a butterfly and a flower. Set this aside. The inks I'm using today is Distress ink, Black Soot, just a little bit of that. Hero Arts Shadow Ink, Tide Pool. Versafine Onyx Black. Memento Sweet Plum, and Memento Tangelo. And I will be doing some watercoloring, so I have a few watercolor pencils. I need my Spectrum Noir sparkle pen. And that's about it. So let me sort this stuff out and then I'll start in and show you how I made this pretty card. I think I'm going to do all the stamping that I need to do first. So on this white panel, I'm going to stamp the chick and the sentiment. So taking the Versafine, and I have both of the stamps mounted on the block together. There we go, and I have rocked it a little bit. Now if I were to try to stamp that, there's a very good chance that I would get a shadowy artifact on the stamp, and on the paper, and I really don't want that. So I'm going to wipe this off and try again. If this happens to you, just as simple a matter of wiping off the little extra and try again. And if I do stamp it and I get a shadow, I'll just flip the paper over. I have a little bit of extra. Slight, so I'll try that again. There is a way to use an X-Acto blade and get that off if you do that, but I have tried and I have not mastered it, so I'm not even going to spend time with that. I'll just stamp it again. Yep, that'll do. Wipe this off real quick. I have a rag which is soaked with my homemade cleaning solution. There's a video on my channel showing how to do that. Set that aside, and now I'm going to stamp the inside greeting. No shadow. And I'm stamping this a little bit down on the paper to allow room for the other sentiment, which I will do with the Tangelo. And it says briefly, Happy Easter. Okay. Okay, set that aside. And now I'm going to take the purple and the green and the Tide Pool and the Sweet Plum. And I need 2 butterflies. I'm not too happy with that one. I'm gonna get another one. Oh, that's much better. And now the flower. Because of the paper dimensions, I need to give this a little bit of a twist to make sure that I get 2 out of this one piece of paper. So stamp at angle. I tend to try to be very conservative with my paper, but if you don't really care, then you could get a much larger slice of paper and just go for it. So now I need to do my die cuts for this one. You just line it up, matching the points of the flower with the edges of the die cut. And the same thing for the butterfly. And this one, I need the smaller of the circles to cut this out. And finally, the kraft to get the larger circle. Alright, I'm going to go and cut all this out on my die cut machine, and I'll be right back. Okay. Now everything is cut out. Just pop it out. Don't throw the die cut away. I have done that before. I don't want to talk about it. And just pop that right out. Okay, clean up some of this stuff, get it out of the way. Now I'm going to do a little bit of watercoloring. Pull my pencils in. I'm going to briefly show you how to watercolor, and then I'm going to speed up the rest so the video won't be too long. So I'm going to go all over on the chick with the lighter brown. So when you're doing watercoloring, you usually have 2 or 3 shades of each color that you're going to use, and you go all over with your lightest color, and then you highlight the right side and some of the line area with your medium color, and then you come in from the left side with your darkest color and add shadowing and shading. So I'm just using 2 browns for this, so I'll come in and shade the darker areas from the left and down his neck, or her neck, nope, his neck, and then give a little bit of interest to the feather area to make that stand out a little bit. A little bit more, and at the hairline. And I'm going to also do his little feet, make those orange. This little beak, but I'm not going to touch that yet. So now I take my water pen and start it, and I need a piece of paper to clean my brush. Make sure that the water is flowing, and it is, and just blend it out. Starting from the left side where the darker area is. And if you feel like you have a little bit too much color, just wipe your brush clean and start again. It'll give you fresh water and it'll automatically lighten it up a little bit. Now this is regular cardstock that I'm using. It is not watercolor paper, so I have to be really careful not to put too much moisture on the paper or it will pill. And when you are adding the water, you have to be sure that you allow one area to dry before you move on to an adjacent area, because the two colors will flow into each other and you'll get a muddied look, which is not what you want. So I've let a little bit of time for that brown to dry, and I'm going to go ahead and add a little water to the little feet. So I'm going to speed through this part and add a little music, which is provided by my brother David Marsh. Okay, just needs to dry a little bit. Let's put this away while I'm waiting. Now for this, I wanted it to be very sparkly, but I didn't want to use glitter paper. So I have my Spectrum Noir pen, and I'm just going to glitter around the outside. Okay, put that for now. And this one I want to sponge around the edges with a little bit of the black soot to give it a little distinction from the brown. So get my dauber, and I already have black soot on it. Let's see if it's enough to carry it. And you just hit the edges like that and distress it a little bit. I think this is enough. I won't have to re-ink it. Now I'm going to go on to card assembly. Pay no attention to that. And that's the finished card. It was very quick, and this is really pretty and very, very sparkly. You can even see it as bad as the video is. You can really see how sparkly it is. So thanks for watching this video. Again, this is well past Easter, but here's another Easter card. Please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching and have a good day. I just remembered I forgot to give a shout out to the wonderful ladies who keep my nails looking very pretty. I just went and got them done again today at my favorite salon, Q-Spa Nails. If you live in the Mill Creek area, I highly recommend you check them out. Again, thanks for watching.